What's happening?
Rolling.
It's rolling. Okay, so the basic rundown of the vessels. This is the aortic arch right here. So you know you have two branches off of here, brachiocephalic and left subclavian. The brachiocephalic branches into three different things. First, the carotids, so you have left and right carotids, and then the right subclavian, the third one right under here. So this goes towards the arm, and the veins run the same way. After subclavian, you have axillary, armpit, basically that's what it means. And then in the arm, they did dissected back, but under here, it would be brachial in the arm. So if you just follow the same thing, this would be the vena cava, splits into brachiocephalic. At this point, it becomes subclavian, then axillary, and then brachial in the arm. Okay? And then up here, the big one, this is external jugular, and the small one is internal jugular, the blue right here. So that's everything up top. Move down into the abdomen. You have the aorta under here. They're still kind of covered by some fat, but there's a branch point at this area too. So you have celiac trunk, and this is superior mesenteric. All right? So from the celiac trunk, it branches into a few different things. The first one is hepatic. This vessel goes back towards the liver. Then you have gastric. You can see them going straight into the stomach here. And then splenic, which goes all the way straight up into the spleen. And then again, superior mesenteric. Just following down, you have the renal vein here. There's an artery on the underside. They looks like they lost their dye. I can see in the aorta is just kind of pale. But you have renal artery and vein here. This is ureter. Kind of running along with the ureters is the gonadals. So in the male, they're spermatic, and the female, they're ovarian. So artery and vein. The artery is under here, just didn't take the dye. The vein is still here, you can see the blue. Further down, so we had superior mesenteric. This would be inferior mesenteric, smaller one. Around the lumbar spine, you have iliolumbar, artery and vein on each side. So there's a little bit red there, and then the blue, both sides. And then you have the aorta splitting into the external and internal iliacs. So external is the top fork, this one, and internal is the smaller fork inside. Kind of the same names, but a little different setup on the veins. So you have external iliac, where it splits from the vena cava, and the internal is going to be a smaller branch off, a little dark, right down here. So branches off of the external into the internal, pointing down. And then following all the way in the middle, this is going towards the tail. These are the caudal artery and vein under here. And that is it.
Organs.
Organs. Oh, we're going to do everything? Were they? No, you were missing all kinds of stuff up here. Alright, you have heart, lungs, diaphragm, liver, gallbladder, bile duct in here. So this is the stomach. Right after the stomach would be the duodenum. So underneath duodenum, or kind of on the underside of it, this grainy looking gland, that's pancreas. So from duodenum into jejunum, that's this. Just further along, the end point of the small intestine is ileum. So here, right before you see the cecum. So cecum, ascending, transverse, and descending colon. You have greater omentum, large covering. This is the spleen. These are the kidneys. What else have I missed? Lesser omentum on top of the stomach here. Adrenal glands. Hard bean shaped things right there. You have urinary bladder. I'll go through reproductive while you're doing it. So that since this is a male, here's the bladder. The urethra, if I pull on this, you're going to see kind of like a little point at the end. That's the urethra there. And in the male, you have vas deferens. So right here. They're on both sides, kind of on the sides of the fat pads and on the bladder. Oh, thank you. See you guys. Please do. All right. I think that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.